Hey there, this is Joey Randazzo with SEO Growth Partners. And in this video, I'm going to talk all about location pages for SEO, some of the things that folks do wrong, and just kind of walk you through a real case study of some location page SEO strategies that we implemented for a client of ours, Body and Brain Yoga, a 90 plus location yoga studio, Tai Chi studio, all around the country. So I want to share a little bit about what was happening before we started working with them, because this is likely very, very common in potentially your location page SEO situation. So for brands that have many locations, the very first thing that you need to do is you need to have a locations page where folks can find all of your locations very, very easily. And this is something that Body and Brain did not fully have fleshed out. They had the ability to find a location before we worked with them, which is fantastic, right? People putting in their zip code, but having a page listing out every single location and organizing it by state is really, really fantastic. So if you have more than one location, especially in multiple states, then location pages for SEO, they don't just start with the individual location. It's not just let's worry about Glendale, let's worry about Mesa. It's really important to build a proper site architecture and connection between these pages, right? How they link and interact with each other is very, very important. So the next thing that we recommended we do is we said, hey, you've got a lot of locations in a lot of different states. And so it's likely, I mean, look at all these locations in New York. There's a chance that over the next 5-10 years, you're going to add more locations in more states. And, or if you don't have any locations in the state of Wyoming, you might add Wyoming as a state with a location. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to have a state page for any state that you have a location in. You need to have a page for that state. So, and have it be clickable, right? Have these pages interlinked together. So now we get to the page all about Nevada, and we see that they have 3 locations in Nevada. And then again, we can link further down to the individual location page. Now, this is actually the location page. What's fantastic about this is it links back to the locations page as well. So having these pages interact with each other. So it's like, okay, I look at all the locations, I click on Nevada, and actually I didn't want to go to Nevada. I want to see all the other locations you have. Now the Nevada page needs to link back up to all of the locations pages, which they've done here. So now you're in Nevada and you say, okay, well, let me zoom in on the map real quick. And, I'm located in Summerlin. This is the location that I want, the Durango location. So now you click on the Durango location. This is what people think of when they think of a location page. But again, location pages are much more than just the pages themselves. Google is crawling all of this beautiful content that's sitting underneath and on top of the location page to say, okay, Body and Brain, we've got locations in Nevada, and we've got, boom, this location on Durango Street or in the Durango area of Nevada, of Las Vegas. Now, once you get to the location page itself, there's going to be some really important things that you want on these pages, right? One, name, address, phone number, really, really critical. And having that in a clear way up here is really important. The next thing is they've done a beautiful job of saying that we're currently open both in studio and online. That's great from the pandemic side of things. I do want to go to the Oregon Beaverton location, since we're located in Portland and we're pretty close to Beaverton. And I've got some other information queued up for you that I think you'll like to see regarding this location page. What's important is some of the other content that we have on this page. So title tags and meta descriptions are localized to the Beaverton area. So we say, hey, we got Tai Chi and yoga classes in Beaverton. And we've got localized content on this page regarding Beaverton. So what does that mean? It means that we've added localized classes specifically for the Beaverton location. We've integrated and embedded the Google business profile, previously known as a Google My Business, onto this page, and we've ensured that their Google their Google business profile is connected to this location page. So that's another really important thing, is your Google business profile, what gives you the ability to rank here, is connected to that that particular page, right? And so as a result, we type in yoga in Beaverton, and these things interact with each other. So we've got the Google local pack up here, and because this Google business profile is connected to this location page that has localized information of scheduling, of all of these different things, it's a very comprehensive page, as you can see. That's on top of some lovely reviews and some other things, has put them in a position to rank in this Google local pack. Before partnering together, they were not ranking in this Google local pack. And the other thing is we've got organic results underneath here. So Body and Brain is sitting in about position 7. Before partnering together and making these implementations on the location pages, they were on about page 4 of Google. So we're moving up really, really nicely over time. And we're seeing that because of the changes in the site architecture, the changes in the content on this location page. The final thing that I'll say is what's really important is some information in the URL structure that is localized if possible. So what this means is that they had some strange location names. So even if the location was in Beaverton, it might have had the name of, I can't think of a clear example, but it might have been something like the Upward Movement location, right? I'm making that up. That's not actually a name of a location that they had. But what the URL structure looked like before was it literally looked like this is a location page for a Beaverton location, but it was called again, I'm making this up, Upward Movement. So this is giving Google no context. And so what we have here now is we have locations, we have Oregon, we have Beaverton. It's very, very, very clear to Google. And so this is really important if you're a multi-location business and you're creating location pages, is how do you structure the name? This is going to be really important if you're a location that has 17 if you're a business that has 17 locations in Portland, it's going to be a little bit challenging for you. They all can't have a Portland location. But let's say you have 4 locations in Portland. You have a Southwest Portland location, you have a downtown Portland location, and you have a Northeast Portland location. It's still important to try to implement that. And if you're worried about maybe you're going to have 2 locations in Northeast Portland, you can say Northeast Portland, Alberta Street, or something like that, right? Or downtown Portland, Burnside location on Burnside Street. So these are some ways around that and again, implementing and sharing a name, address, phone number, integrating your Google business profile. All of these things are going to make it very clear to Google where this location is and not have these locations potentially compete against each other. So this is, I hope you found some value here in this location page strategy and some information and an actual walkthrough. Again, this is Joey Randazzo, and I'm the owner of SEO Growth Partners.